Well, this one gonna be a controversial one, but we need to talk about it. Because this is such serious issue that we should not ignore, especially in this modern world filled with information. Information filled with right, half, or totally wrong about anything, either about direct or indirect information. I think you already know that internet filled with questionable content, especially created by one-way mirror person who's hidden beneath mess of profile. He or she can create, talk, and even fabricate things up, which is a fatal behavior. And the main topic in this video is about Yasuke in Assassin's Creed Shadows and his information around internet. Sadly, I don't know any valid and unbiased source that I want to use because either affiliated with supremacist idea or simply ignorant. Meanwhile, the Japanese source that I want to use is so scarce to be found, some of them literally making misinformation without valid convincing evidence. But at least, I got some convincing source I need to find regarding this one character that almost had no truth and history about him in Japan. So little information, someone dared to make fantasy history about Yasuke without any clear and convincing proof about him. Yes, why though? Because the legend of Yasuke feels like folklore story rather historical story. For such minor character that has small information and almost undocumented, why people making things up and call it historical? Yes, indeed historical, but there is a catch. What makes it historical in the first place? That's what I want to know and find out. Because claiming things is easy, but to prove that historical legitimacy claim is hard, and that is what we needed. And that is gonna be the main topic in this video, about Yasuke only, not Noe or what is wrong in that game. We are not talking about kunoichi or so-called female ninja because that term is fictional for modern pop culture. We are talking about Yasuke and their claim about his debut as samurai that many people question about him. Is he a real samurai? Or literal Christian zealot infiltrate as Oda Nobunaga retainer? Or he just random slave aka rental employee in unexpected event? Well then, let's begin. March, change it. Before we go, we need to make sure legitimacy of information is valid and not twisted by anyone. And so I made list about 5 major questions about Yosuke throughout this video. Why I do this? To prevent biased information, to prevent twisted proof, to prevent making things up from any faction. Simple, right? Simply providing with legitimate proof, convincing evidence, truth about him, and minimalize wrong and misinformation. The question is simple. Number 1. Who and where is Yasuke from? Number 2. Why Yasuke is a slave in the first place? Number 3. What is Yasuke doing in Japan from arrival to the end of his story? Number 4. What evidence and trace Yasuke have in Japan? And the last, number 5. Why Yasuke never black nor samurai in the first place? And that is the 5 major questions that we need to talk about in this video. Are you ready? Good. March, change it. Alright, the first question, who and where is Yasuke from? This is the crucial part of his identity. From where did he born? This one is confusing and questionable. There is no valid information about his heritage, especially his native homeland. No reasonable proof and convincing evidence about his past before becoming a slave. But, someone say Mozambique, others says Ethiopia or Sudan. Easy to say, right? Now, where is your proof to convince me he is from this place? No? Nothing at all? Well, just see the Africa continent and tell me, where is he come from? Where is Mozambique? Where is Ethiopia? And where is Sudan back then in 1500 to 1600? And how to connect Yasuke so he is at least from one of these three places? Nothing at all? No one can give me convincing truth and evidence? Well, that sucks. But we know Yasuke from Africa continent because his racial feature. But we still don't know exactly from where he is. But there is a connection within these three nations who also involved with slavery with European. Connected from question number 1 to question number 2. Why Yasuke is a slave in the first place? Now, this is a very interesting topic. Slavery back then is interesting and morally questionable. Why? Because back then, human was common commodity when war, social status, and the men are business. There is a chance of winning faction took advantage from loose faction to convert them into a slave, and that is occur on everywhere. Either they become labor slave for foreigners or their own kin. It happens. Ancient Greece accepts slavery as common practice. Middle Eastern accepts slavery as merchant and war commodity. Even ancient Rome that put slave as domestic property of elite individual who bought them all. But what about slaves as trading commodity between slaver and merchant? It happens in Africa as well. What? It happened. Don't get angry over this matter because tribes and domestic war exist. Why this is happening? Rivalry over other tribes and common internal war among their own kin. Because of this, some African kingdom and local lord trade their war captives and sold them for weapon and alliance to European merchants. Remember transatlantic slave trade? Yes, the trading and economic of African rulers and European tradesmen. This is the result of connection between African ruler toward European merchants. LDHI explained that slavery was common aspect back then in African society, that the main cause is not about racial identity. Instead, cultural and ethnic differences that spark social divisions, causing frequent conflict between one different tribes to another. Although European slave merchant influence and the men caused African rulers to refuse their agreement, for reason, European slave merchant must follow terms and conditions set by African ruler. But some exception and conditions such as expelling other African opponents due to military conflicts are permitted. According to LDHI, this is because Portugal or Portuguese is the first European nation that took significant part in African slave trading. Why? To increase workforce intercolonizing lands such as Brazil and the Caribbean, and also European as well. According to LDHI, Portuguese gained more slaves through direct raids, but it difficult and cost them greatly. Rather fight African resistance through direct battle. Instead, Portuguese gain alliance and commercial relationship toward local African ruler and kingdom. Why they do this? I already told you, they fought each other due to differences of culture and ethnicity and exploit backdoor. And so the winning African ruler can sell their war captive to Portuguese as both commodity and alliance relationship. The alliance so strong when Portuguese and other Europeans later discovered that peaceful commercial relations alone did not generate enough enslaved Africans to fill the growing demands of transatlantic slave trade. So, they formed military alliance with local African rulers to embolden their power against rival factions. This encouraged more local warfare between different African factions, either political or economic warfare. The end result is Portuguese gained greater access towards even more enslaved African war captives. But not only that, but other European competitors also noticed this movement as well. When other European nations battling Portuguese, some of Portuguese ships was captured by other European and discovered African captives. Rather freeing them from Portuguese slavery, These African slaves were sent to work on their colony instead. And the peak, when Portuguese temporarily united with Spain in 1580, but Spain broke the Portuguese slave trade monopoly by offering direct slave trading contracts to other European merchants. This caused massive advantage toward many European slave merchants to gain slave labor through direct access to African slave trading, known as the Asiento system or Asiento de Negros, an agreement between the Spanish crown and a private person or another sovereign power by which the latter was granted a monopoly in supplying African slaves for the Spanish colonies in the Americas. Wow. So Portuguese was the main shareholder of these African slave captives, but what about Yasuke himself? Face-to-face Africa say that such as Mali, Ghana, Congo are one of the African kingdoms that contributed to the slave trade in transatlantic slave trade. But many sources claim that Mozambique is where Yasuke come from. And yes, there are connections in it. But there is a problem. Although Portuguese is the first European settler in Mozambique coastline, Arab traders already stationed in there and mingle with Mozambique people and create hybrid culture and language called Swahili. Swahili can be pointed out as Persian or Arab descendants from Arabia traders, creating distinct Afro-Arab Swahili culture between original Mozambique and Arab Mozambique people. And yes, the Arab doing trading with local people such as ebony, salt, gold, sandalwood, ivory, and of course, slavery. Slavery before Portuguese settled in Mozambique. So yeah, Arab traders do first, after that Portuguese and other European. But there is also a catch. Now we know there is a slave merchant in Mozambique and Yasuke was a slave for Portuguese. The catch is from where Yasuke is. Original Mozambique people or Afro-Arab Mozambique people. What? What's that? You asking for original Mozambique people? Well, of course, here it is, folks. Bantu people. Yes, Bantu, which pushed local people, San or Bushmen from Mozambique to poorer area. We got Makua, Songa, Makonde, Sangaan, Sona, Sena, Ndau, Swahili, Yao, Nguni, Chokwe, and Marapi. So many of them. Where is Yasuke coming from? That is the part I don't know. Based on globalsecurity.org, the Portuguese reached Mozambique in the 15th century, with the arrival of Pero Covilha on the coast and the landing of Vasco da Gama on the Ilha de Mocambique, island of Mozambique. And from about 15th century or 1500, Portuguese trading posts and forts became regular ports of call on the new route to the east. Later, traders and prospectors penetrated the interior regions seeking gold and slaves. Now, we got connection of why Yasuke was claimed from Mozambique. Why you ask? There is a map that shows location of transatlantic slave trade route showing where the merchant ship headed for. My guess is they only settle in coast area of African continent, not deeper into Africa continent itself. So they can easily move all bulk slaves to be delivered to transatlantic slave trade labor work. Ethiopia and Sudan are out of reach and possibly can endanger Portuguese ship with Arab and Asian fleet. Now we got where the claim of Yasuke from Mozambique is, and we can connect where Portuguese search for other sources of African slaves in Mozambique. But his origin is still unknown. Either he is Bantu Mozambique tribesman or Arab African. Who knows? And then another problem appear once again. Some claim from Portuguese, other claim Italian. Who is right? Well, I got theory. Remember I said all African captives went to America and Brazil and also European as well? But this involves Wikipedia, so we gotta cautious with this one. My guess is Yasuke was booked by Italian Jesuits as they used transatlantic slave trade route to get to Mozambique, as another Jesuit missionary already settled in Mozambique in 1560, named Goncalo da Silveira. Since Mozambique already have stabilized Christian settler, Alessandro Falignano came to settle there for a while, either to replenish supply or buying extra servant. And remember, Portuguese still in charge of African slavery. One of those servants are Yasuke. See the line there? And so Alessandro Falignano went to Far East. In 1574, he went to Portuguese India. In 1578, he went to Portuguese Macau or China. And in 1579, he finally went to Japan. So basically, he went into 3 different nations with Yasuke. Remember this part? And so this part is end. Now we go to question number 3, the crucial one. What is Yasuke doing in Japan? Good question. What did he do in 1579 with Alessandro and Oda Nobunaga? Well, I don't want biased and twisted information, especially from Thomas Lockley, who fabricated Yasuke's story into fantasy novel, with exaggeration and romanticizing part that not accountable for its reliable and legitimate source, which is from Japanese side of course. Why not? He was in Japan. There must be something written about him in Japan, right? So, where did Thomas Lockley get his source to write so-called 400 pages novel about Yasuke's legacy in Japan? Well, since it's fabricated, we cannot rely on that. But someone noted a book called The Chronicle of Lord Nobunaga written by Ota Gyuichi. But wait, this book is translated and edited by G.S.A. Ellisonan and J.P. Lemers, so we gotta be cautious for mistranslation. That cited Yasuke appearance in Japan alongside with Alessandro, so there is a lead. Okay, are you happy? He is in there? Well, joke's on you because there is some contradiction with many website sources I found. First, it turns out Alessandro was not alone in there. There is another Jesuit missionary named Luis Frois, Kenichi Soldo Argentino, and Padre Gaspar Colho arrived in Japan before Alessandro and already contributed toward Christianity growing in Japan. In many websites, I found there is only Alessandro, but not other Jesuit missionary? Because Yasuke also interacting with these 3 Jesuit missionary in Kyoto by the footnote. But why specifically Alessandro only? Just because he have Yasuke? Why not other Jesuit slave or worker too? Second, many websites claim that Alessandro arrived in Japan with Yasuke in 1579. But in the book, they are only mentioned in book 15 at 23 February 1581. What's going on in here? Well, to prevent bias, here is my idea and theory. Alessandro and Yasuke was not directly sailed into Kyoto Prefecture. Instead, they went from Kuchinotsu port of Arima domain on 25 July 1579 and moved again by sailing from Nagasaki until arrived at Kyoto in 1581. That's my theory to prevent bias. Also, do you want to know the biases thing that many websites and people claim about? Guess what? Yasuke name itself. Huh? What? Am I lying to you? No! In the book, there is no single word mentioned about Yasuke name in there. Nothing. All Jesuit missionary name appear on the book except Yasuke. I am not kidding. Alessandro Falignano appear, Luis Frois appear, Kenichi Soldo Argentino appear, Padre Gaspar Coelho appear. Yasuke, there is, but this is mistranslation. There is on page 67 and book 2 page 129. There is a name Tokura Yasuke and Iwanari Yasuke. Tokura Yasuke was unknown and almost no source about him, and he was random enemy when Oda Nobunaga attacked Omonsaki at 16 August 1552, and he only mentioned one time only, literally a random mook that got killed. While Iwanari real name supposed to be Iwanari Tomomichi, one of 3 chief retainers of the Miyoshi clan or the Miyoshi Triumvirs. One of many persons leading an uprising against Oda Nobunaga that got killed by Hosokawa Fujitaka in 1568 at Soryuji Castle, both Wikipedia and zoomingjapan.com. But Iwanari Tomomichi that in other Wikipedia source is 1578, different years from one another. Of course, Wikipedia. So, that was blatant mistranslation that has nothing to do with our Mozambique Yasuke. Then, where did people get the source to comfortably say this black slave was Yasuke? That is my question. Is Yasuke his real name? Given by someone? Or Thomas Lockley making things up again? Because there are no Yasuke name except that mistranslation. And keep in mind, Iwanari Tomomichi appeared on the book from 1568 to 1573, while Alessandro and Yasuke arrived at Kuchinotsu, a port of the Arima domain, as visitor of East India of the Society of Jesus in 1579, which contradict the whole character between Iwanari Tomomichi and Yasuke. Third, even though there is no name to this black slave, Yasuke appears on two pages, main pages, and footnote. On book 14, page 385 to page 386, on 23 February 1581, Yasuke is being called Blackamoor, which is dark skin or Negro. That came from Kirishitan country, Japanese term for Christian country. Young adult between 26 to 27 years old, black over his whole body, just like an ox. Robust and had a good demeanor. Remember, Yasuke has been into two different nations within range of 7 years of voyage and employment. Of course, Alessandro teaches Yasuke good manner as he is just guest in someone's land and must not screw up Jesuit missionary plan. And Yasuke surely learned a little bit of Japanese within 2 years in Nagasaki. Of course, he must be know how to communicate in Japan. That has formidable strength surpassed that of 10 men. The veteran brought him along by way of paying his respect to Nobunaga. In the footnote, page 386, it is stated that the black slave in question traveled to Kyoto in the retinue of the inspector of the Jesuit Order's Asian missions, Padre Visitador Alexandro Falignano. According to Preuss, throngs of the curious flock together wherever the kafir might be seen along the way and cause a riot in front of the Jesuit residence in Kyoto. By the way, kafir means racial slur for South African dark skin, literally. Just search it on Google. Breaking down the gate in the effort to catch a glimpse of him, Nobunaga, one city block away in the Honnoji, did not remain unaware of the hubbub or uninformed of its cause. When he called for the black man to be brought for a personal viewing, Padre Organtino took him. This command performance took place on 27 March by the Julian calendar, a date that corresponds with the one given here by Gyuichi. The official audience with Nobunaga, to which Falignano was accompanied by Organtino and Frois, and at which formal presents were exchanged, occurred 2 days later. At some point, Falignano turned over the slave to Nobunaga upon the hegemon's express request. Basically, Yasuke became Oda Nobunaga property as friendly exchange, which is never told by Ota Gyuichi of what he is become after that, and never written again about how Yasuke doing in Japan. His legacy ended at page 386 on the footnote. There is no continuation about Yasuke legacy, either he become Oda Nobunaga retainer or legendary samurai. There is none. He is simply gone. But what about the Honnoji incident when Mitsuhide Akechi betrayed Oda Nobunaga? Well, there is a list of who got killed in that battle, as you can see in here. No Yasuke and no Jesuit missionary mentioned in this part. The last book only telling horrific outcome of Oda Nobunaga fate and his family, alongside his army that went outnumbered by Mitsuhide Akechi's army that relentlessly overwhelmed them all on that day. That is almost the last part of this book, and still no Yasuke or Jesuit missionary mentioned in there, nor Mitsuhide Akechi met Yasuke. Also, Oda Nobunaga cut his own belly in his personal residence without anyone see his final moment, not even being forced to commit seppuku. Not single thing about Oda Nobunaga being killed by Mitsuhide Akechi or get beheaded. He takes his own life. But there is a part about Oda Nobunaga's personal attendants fleeing from Kyoto to Azuchi in book 15 page 474. Is it Yasuke or not? We never know. But remember, this is just one source and it's about Oda Nobunaga's life and some miscellaneous things he encountered. But what about other sources such as Jesuit missionary and other source than Ota Gyuichi? Lucky for us because someone already made a progress about it. Shout out to Parallel Pen for providing us with this information. In his effort to translate some of these fragments of information about Yasuke, accurate or not, at least we got some alternative. So basically he is exists. He got a name, Yasuke. But there is something ambiguous and vague about Yasuke. His role in Japan still unknown. There is a translation stating that Yasuke went following Oda Nobunaga and been given a weapon and become sandal bearer. Okay? But the biggest issue in this debate is Yasuke granted something recognizable such as retainer or samurai? Because that's what people want to know. The small role and nearly too non-detailistic life about Yasuke in this source is baffling. Almost everyone in Japan just see Yasuke as guest that granted slice of life in Sengoku era, almost like part-time employee. If I was there too in that era, I might just need to gain rank and trust of local daimyo. Perhaps I get granted into important role for famous warlord. But since Yasuke was following Oda Nobunaga into some rivalry war territory, he should give him weapon to protect himself, right? Also, it has nothing to do with internal and domestic war in Japan or whatever happened to Yasuke. But why some website claim that Jesuit missionary wrote heroic tale about Yasuke while their role solely converting people into Christianity? Somehow, they care about Yasuke without linking or giving picture of said citation about Yasuke defending Oda Nobunaga from Jesuit records. I want to know if Yasuke is still a slave because he was broke, but parallel translation says he is a monk. Did Yasuke become apprentice of Alessandro to spread Christianity until he is close to Oda Nobunaga, but also learn weaponry skill in Japan and fought alongside with Oda Nobunaga at normal skirmish until Honoji incident? We don't know who is right and wrong. Some may exaggerate it for reason we don't know, or some just record it for the sake of publicity stunts. Hmm, suspicious? Well, after that, we come into question number 4, which is totally baffling to me. Yes, which evidence can convince me that Yasuke has legacy in Japan? More importantly, is Yasuke recognizable since Kyoto people literally fighting each other just to see his dark skin on the footnote? And also that 2 year in Nagasaki where there is a place where many visitors visit Japan, including other Jesuit missionary. But his evidence? Well, there is depiction of dark figure in Japan, but we cannot sure that is or Mozambique Yasuke. Remember, he was in Japan for 3 years since Alessandro departed out from Japan in 20 February 1582. He moved with him since Oda Nobunaga already dead. Why? Alessandro broke him in Mozambique. Remember, he is still Alessandro employee. As Alessandro turned over Yasuke to Oda Nobunaga for we don't know the reason is. Remember, turn over, not handing over. The question is for what reason he took Yasuke with him. Some claim to be his bodyguard, some say to make Oda Nobunaga having property to show off. Since he have connection with part of other world and make his status even more acknowledgeable by other Japanese people. We never know what happened to Yasuke within 2 years in Nagasaki and 1 year in Kyoto. More importantly, since he is given opportunity and privilege by becoming Oda Nobunaga's bodyguard, why he is not writing his own story, just like Ota Gyuichi? Since he had opportunity to understand more about Japanese and try to do writing with his own native or Japanese language, why he didn't do that? Why Yasuke not writing his own diary of his life in Japan, like Ota Gyuichi writing Oda Nobunaga biography? This will make easily recognizable evidence and convincing proof about his existence in Japan. Maybe we can get his depiction from Japanese source? Yeah, that is a good idea. Right? Well, not first about it. All of them is ambiguous with unknown author and even some of them are AI or fabrication. My guess is since Yasuke just a guest in Japan alongside with author, slave and worker, but he is still known and unrecognizable. But since Nagasaki and especially Kyoto people already know Yasuke because their sudden curiosity in Jesuit residence, and after the death of Oda Nobunaga, Yasuke become myth and legend that inspired this art and depiction. That is my guess, since I don't know and we don't know what is Yasuke doing in Japan. But 3 years? People can make made-up stories and depiction through fact and spreading rumor. It's a possibility, right? We already got many information. Otak Yuichi, Masudera Ietada's diary, Jesuit missionary letter, even parallel Payne's translation. But still a very unconvincing evidence about Yasuke being a retainer or samurai without further detailed explanation. We must be detailed without supporting evidence like picture, drawing, or any physical art such as statue like Louis Freud's statue in Nagasaki. Because literature evidence is mute, the book cannot speak as its master already dead alongside his or her truth to the grave. If we don't know but trying to do fantasy assumption, don't do it. Simple, right? Don't fabricate history, especially other nations' past history. That's just hostile, unprofessional, and disrespect behavior. Since I do believe within every source I got, Yasuke is a real historical person. We got his appearance in Otak Yuichi book about Oda Nobunaga even though Yasuke doesn't have any name and only appear on 2 pages. It's already cool. We got his another appearance in Matsudaira Ietada's diary and Jesuit letter even though scarce and few. But what I must question about him is, what is his role in Japan? Some say he is become retainer. Prove it. Some claim he become legendary samurai. Prove it. Well, 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 since there is no valid proof, reliable source, legitimate evidence about his appearance again, my guess is after Oda Nobunaga already done with Yasuke, he come back to Alessandra working as slave labor once again. Since Otak Yuichi never mentioned him again or Jesuit only interested in gaining local lord allegiance for their intention to spread Christianity, some source told little bit of Yasuke but not detail enough about his life working with Oda Nobunaga and other untold story about him. Yasuke was there in such unexpected events as past and today, Yasuke depicted as black man. Speaking of black men, that is also the most important last question.
Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now because I've been to the mountaintop. Oh, my. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man.
Now don't get angry because this has nothing to do with Yasuke. It has to do with African American only. Why I say that? Because Yasuke is Negro, not black, the term that only exists in American society history. What? What? Was that the truth in the past about African American raising their voice to be heard, to be acknowledged as community in American society so they won't become ignored and oppressed? So they will live in peace and harmony with other fellow Americans. That is a good movement to ensure African American future. But what I don't like is generalizing the term black outside America. So any darker skin can be called black. Doesn't make any sense. One of the prime example is Yasuke. Remember his hip hop music?
I cannot rule this village. Not while I have breath in my lungs and a blade in my hand.
I said kill him. I'll wash away his failure with your blood.
You will have to spill it first.
He was from Mozambique. not Bronx, not Boston, not even New Yorker. Therefore, he is not black. According to scholar.lehigh.edu, the term black starting in the 1960s, civil rights activists such as Stokely Carmichael made a push to shift away from Negro and towards black. As a more powerful etonym, one that intentionally engaged the history of racist devaluation of black life and intended to reverse it. Later, activists such as Jesse Jackson suggest that replacing black with African American and tattoo became a broadly used term starting in the late 1980s, and a term that continues to be widely used today by many news organizations and institutional entities as a neutral, objective term, which a historical term that exists at 1960 in America, while Yasuke alive somewhere at 1554 in Mozambique and beyond, voyaging somewhere else with Alessandro. How to connect two different era, two different country, two different social background that has nothing to do with each other? Why you do that? Why you do that? Why? Yasuke never black. He is Bantu Mozambique African Negro. And also, I must mention this website that literally African supremacist one, stating dubious and malice statement, stating Japanese as yellow race must be the result of an interbreeding of black and white in a cold climate, perhaps around the end of the Upper Paleolithic period. Also, on the slightly down there is one of the most baffling things I have ever read in my life. As to linguistics, in 1987, former Senegalese President Leopold Sedar Senghor noted that the people who populate the island of Japan today are descendants from blacks. Let us not forget that the first population of Japan was black and gave to Japan their first language? Who the hell did he got that claim? How to prove from black and white turn yellow? Doesn't make any sense. Then explain why we Indonesian is mostly yellow but Papuanese and Eastern Indonesian people are darker skinned. Can you provide me a convincing reliable claim why Asian Papuanese are Negro in context of African at all? Not? I don't mind Yasuke is called black in this modern era, but do not associate that black with African American culture. That just stupid, doesn't make any sense. I know Negro is just black or dark skin, but associating Yasuke with culture that never associated and related to him is just blatant incompetency. And then the samurai part. Yasuke been 7 years in voyage with Alessandro to India and China and then Japan, correct? Then why he not documented in India or China, since someone mentioned him in Japan? Since Yasuke follow Alessandro as his slave labor, he must be meeting with local lord and local native, right? Did other African slave exist within other Jesuit missionary servant, or just Yasuke only? Or Yasuke just the sole African slave that going to Japan and caught attention by locals there, become temporary celebrity because he was called by Oda Nobunaga and his officials, and then turn over to him with no continuation whatsoever, no any writing about him in the future? If Ota Gyuichi never mentioned Yasuke being retainer or samurai, why they say so in the first place? If Matsudaira Ietada write things about Yasuke, why he not continuing writings about Yasuke relationship with Oda Nobunaga? Since Yasuke now connected to Oda Nobunaga due to unique circumstances, of course Ota Gyuichi and Matsudaira Ietada may write something about him, right? Well, no further proof whatsoever. So how they can call him legendary samurai while there is no legitimate evidence about him being a samurai within 1 year in Kyoto, or 2 years in Nagasaki with other Jesuit missionary before going to Kyoto and meet Oda Nobunaga? Incompetence? Or he is just minor character just like other guests, isn't it? Well, I think that is all I can talk about Yasuke right now. From history of Yasuke origin, which is still debatable from where he is come from. Is he war captive, local Arab slave, local Portuguese slave in part of transatlantic slave trade, Until Yasuke got lucky, he is booked by Jesuit missionary to help him in pursuit of spreading Christianity in Asia. Who know? And if you have any proof about Yasuke and his whereabouts, go ahead. Since this is one of the curious case of visitor being a cameo in foreign land history. First, give me undeniable evidence and reliable proof where is Yasuke come from, Mozambique or not, do not use AI. Second, give me formidable Japanese source about his 2 years in Nagasaki, no mistranslation. The last one. Third, give me evidence about Yasuke in Jesuit record and history with Alessandro and other Jesuit missionary when they went to India and China. No fabrication. Just that. Impossible, you say? Perhaps, but this is for the sake of detailistic information about Yasuke and his legacy. And yeah, that's about it. March, I think we should end it. You know, when I was in college, my lecturer Mr. Agung Zainal told me, detail must be detail. Well, that habit was passed down even to this day. What does that mean, you ask? Every information and source must be detailed. Ask and search for more source as one of them might be doubtful and misleading to find one that keep the truth. And so end this video. Thank you for watching, and as always, Yasuke is real, but irresponsible people desecrate him. Thank you again and goodbye. Ciao.